It is easy to assume that starting a catering business requires a Michelin star background and decades spent working the line in a high-pressure kitchen. However, high-volume catering shifts the primary challenge from the individual plate to the clock. Success in this field depends on how you manage logistics, timing, and the specific requirements of the customer experience. If you don't have 20 years of professional kitchen intuition to fall back on, you cannot wing a large event. You have to replace that missing history with strict, documented systems. This diagram shows the operation as a functional flow: bulk food production, temperature-controlled transport, and the final service setup. Mastering these specific logistical steps allows a beginner to execute a professional-grade paying gig without needing a history in the industry. The first operational rule for a novice is to simplify the output. You must eliminate complex, multi-step plating from your starting menu. You need a tight 3 to 5 item menu featuring foods that hold temperature well in massive quantities. A tray of baked pasta holds its quality for hours, whereas fried foods like these fries become unservable within 20 minutes of being packed. To prove your menu works, you enter a mandatory sandbox phase to manufacture fake experience. You do this by volunteering to cook for family events or small parties for free. During these runs, you strictly document how long it takes to prep the ingredients, cook everything in bulk, and set up the final display. Before you take on a client, you must complete a basic food safety certification. This provides the technical knowledge needed to prevent cross-contamination and manage safe food temperatures during transport. Documenting these practice runs gives you hard operational data. Using the high-quality photos from these events provides the visual evidence of your work that clients expect to see. When you are ready to launch, you can bypass the most difficult parts of the business by using drop-off catering. When you simply deliver and slide a sealed tray onto a table, you remove the pressure of live service. You don't need on-site staff to manage a crowd or handle immediate guest requests. This model also changes the math of the business. Without the cost of paying a waitstaff or bartenders, a much higher percentage of the client's payment stays with the owner. Drop-off service is a low-risk entry point. It allows you to focus all your energy on food production and reliable delivery, rather than hospitality management. With your operations set, the next step is pricing. You need a formula that covers your costs while remaining attractive to your first customers. To find your baseline, calculate your total raw ingredient cost, and then multiply that number by 3. From there, you add the specific costs for packaging, delivery transport, and a set rate for your personal time to reach a final price. To find your first client, use the photos from your practice events. These images act as your professional portfolio. Post these photos in local community Facebook groups and offer an introductory price for small, private events. Following this pricing formula and marketing through local groups converts your practice runs into actual, profitable community bookings. Executing your first paid delivery is a matter of following the timings you already tested. It is a predictable, systemized drop-off rather than a chaotic scramble. After 5 successful deliveries, you have a documented track record. These events provide the verifiable experience that you lacked at the start. This graph illustrates the scaling phase that begins after your first 10 events. With a proven system, you can move your prices upward to reflect your growing reliability. This is when the business expands into premium menus, corporate contracts, and weddings, requiring part-time help. Success in catering comes from engineering a single, repeatable event and then scaling that system as your reputation grows.